Okay, I said I would start a video series, so here's the first episode. Ended up entering these positions pretty heavy today, just because after doing the math and looking at where the prices were, I felt comfortable going pretty big. So I bought $5,000 worth of ULTY for an average cost of $627. And if you look at the 3-month history, it's a pretty good price average. You can see it's been stable since beginning of April, so I'm pretty good with that cost basis. That was why I went pretty heavy on that one. And I also think ULTY is a sleeper because it just switched to weekly dividends, and ever since it's done that, it's done nothing but creep up. So I tried to buy the bottom of the daily range, which I did pretty close to. Again, I don't really care where it goes. I don't care if it goes all the way down here. I'm trying to generate income. So anyways, on ULTY, I will generate $73 in dividends a week with that share price based on a 9-cent yield, which is what it is currently today. Again, those fluctuate, but give or take 9 cents. I bought 110 shares of YMAX, which has about a 20 cents a share yield on average. So 20 cents a share times 110. You're going to make me do this math here. 110 times 0.2 is $22 a week. So that gives us a weekly yield of 73 plus 22. So we're at 95 now. All right. I also entered YMAG, which honestly, performance-wise, this one, it has the best in terms of price decay, like NAV. Like over 1 year, it's only gone down. Or max drawdown is 23%. Most of them are 30 or more. So this one decays less on average, which is good, especially if you buy the dips. I mean, if you bought the dip on this one, you've been printing money and have returned 20% on your investment. So it's all about timing with these, like I said, but which you could say that for any stock, but especially with these because of that compounding effect. But anyways, 100 shares of this, and this yields, oh God, I don't know. YieldMax. Let me check. Oh, wrong one. Fuck. Sorry. Making this video on the fly, guys. Sorry. Trying to make it kind of quick, too, because I don't want to make a long one for just what I'm doing today. But, all right. YMAG. 70% yield. Let's look at the dividend amount. I hate these freaking... They need to fix their mobile website. It's atrocious. All right. So the spreads are crazy on this one. It's had... The last couple weeks had some really good yields, but on average, looks like 15 to 20 cents. We'll call it 15 to be conservative. But again, they vary strongly. But so 100 shares times 0.15, 1650 plus 22 plus 73, $111 in weekly income so far. And then I did MSTY, which last I checked was yielding about $1.40 a share, which is just insane. I jumped the gun on this one, won't lie. Bought, and then the Fed news came out, made the price dip about 1%, so we're down 1%, whatever. Again, we're after the income, don't really care about the share price in the short term. We'll just get that average better as we go. But yep, should have bought the dip here, as you can see, but it's okay. I don't want to put a ton of this, but yeah, I did 2,400 of that, so it's 118 shares. Let's do the same. 1.4 times 118 is 165. That is just wild. And you're going to ask, like, why didn't you put your whole bank account into that thing? Because the drawdowns with crypto are nutso. So I want to work into this one, but I do think it has massive potential for income if you time it right. But yeah, so 165, and what did we have? The other ones, it was 22 plus 16.5 plus 95, so plus, oh, Okay, so equals plus 95 plus 22 plus 16.5. That was my goal. So $300 in weekly income for a total investment of 2,400 plus 1,500. That gives me 4,000 plus another 1,500 is 60. 5,500. Sorry, I'm doing this in my head. Plus another 5, so call it 10,500 total investment, and I'm getting $300 a week. Or not a week, sorry. That's why the yield was so high. I screwed that up. It's 165 divided by 4. So 165 divided by 4, because MSTY is monthly, so it's really 41. Okay, that makes way more sense. So sorry, 41 plus 95 plus 22 plus 16.5. This is my weekly yield. So I'm yielding 1.7 or 1. Because I said 10.5. Yeah, somewhere around like 1.5% a week. A week. Like, yeah, it was a doozy of a day. I had a bad option. Don't judge me. I hate options. I'm done with them. I'm so done with them. I just, in this account, I don't want to do that. This is an income account. So anyways, we don't look at this. We don't look at this. We're flat over, we're up over 3 months, whatever. All right. We don't look at that. That was dumb. All right. We just don't talk about that. But don't gamble, kids. All right. Anyways, so income wise, yes, we're yielding 1.7 roughly percent. These are going to fluctuate, some weeks better, some weeks worse, but let's take that as an average because I tried to be close on the average. 1.7%. So in about a year, assuming I can keep the yields consistent, in about a year I would recoup my initial investment, not accounting for drawdown on the share prices, which we're going to obviously have, right? So let's conservatively say 50% in a year. I did this in my other video. I explained how about 17 and a half months, if you play this correctly, you could recoup your entire initial investment from dividends, and then after that, you're basically generating passive income for free. But if you want to really be smart, you put the dividends into a safe dividend fund like SCHD. So my strategy for this account will be every week. Well, I'm going to do it monthly because MSTY is going to pay me monthly. So on that day, MSTY, when that dividend pays out, I will take all the dividends collected from, actually, you know what? I am going to do it weekly, but I will chart it and do the video monthly. But I'll get a better average if I do it weekly. But I'm going to take all the dividends that I get from these 4 high yield accounts that are obviously experiencing NAV decay, and I'm going to invest them into SCHD, which for those of you that don't know is like the best dividend fund ever. So this thing just sits. Look at this. For 5 years, it just sits right here. Basically no drawdown, pays a 4% yield. Right? Super low expense ratio. So the idea is to generate extra income while these yields on these other ones are really good, to then stick into SCHD and get this up to where it's generating me hopefully $1,000 a month. If I can make $1,000 a month off of this one, and just keep reinvesting over time the dividends, I mean, this thing will snowball into, it'll pay for my kids' education by itself. So I want to do this for like 2 years. That's my plan. And the YieldMax accounts that I'm holding may change, and I will update that as I go. But that's the plan. And I'll put it all in a spreadsheet once a month and give you guys the update on how it's doing. And we'll see. It's all about dollar cost averaging at the right times and being in the best yielding positions that you can for the time being. Arguably, there's some better ones right now, but I like YMAX and ULTY because they're diversification funds. MSTY, I'm playing because it is low, historically low, like it's towards the bottom of its range over 5 years. So I felt like it's a good time to buy it, and we're in a crypto cycle, so that sucker could really get going. But it pays a crazy yield, 40 cents a share. So I like it at that price. So for now, that's what I did. And I'll update the positions as I go. I'll show you the spreadsheets as I go, show you how the results going. And at the end of it, we'll see how bad the drawdown hurts compared to the dividends that I generate over time. So, all right. Peace.